closer and closer to chapter 1000 of One Piece. And in preparation for that, I decided I'm going to make a video predicting on what I think is going to happen by chapter 1000 and after chapter 1000. So let's talk about it. Okay, so first thing up, let's get this one out the way, because this is what everyone loves to talk about, is the fights, the matchups. I think by chapter 1000, we will get, for the most part, who's going to be matched up with who is going to be head-to-head with who. I think by this time, by chapter 1000, Luffy should be at the top of the skull, or wherever Kaido was at. He should have made it to Kaido by now. I believe Sanji at some point will break off and encounter King. Zoro's already took off to a pool, and the pool situation is directly attached to Queen. You know what I mean? You got Usopp and Nami dealing with Archie and Page 1 already. So we got a lot of things listed out. I think the Straw Hats will start to match up, and I think the Scabbards, depending on how things go with them, they get dispersed and probably ended up matching up with somebody else too. Because I don't believe that the Scabbards are going to be involved in the finals. I don't believe they're going to be involved with the final showdown against Kaido. I just don't believe that. So then, here's the other possibilities that chapter 1000 is at least the beginning of, and that is the Kaido / Yamato flashback. We're still waiting on a Kaido flashback. We had the Oden flashback, but it was focused on Oden. So we should be getting the flashback rather soon, because I would think we would get the flashback before Luffy and Kaido end up fighting. We will get the full outlook of Kaido's life, his full mindset before the fight, so we can understand his philosophy behind the fight. Yamato also, so we should be seeing some Yamato stuff in the flashback alongside with Ace. I'm just saying, that's what we should be getting. The next thing, I have to bring this up. I always have to bring this up, and I really think it's in the back burners. We forgetting about it, right? The world government, man. The world government. We just had a chapter where X Drake got exposed. They don't know who he's working for, but they know he's a traitor. X Drake got exposed. I'm pretty sure the Marines, the world government, all these outside entities is not going to just sit back and watch what the hell is happening happen. Two Yonkos teaming up. Straw Hat Luffy and the rest of his alliance teaming up against that to try to overthrow that. Straw Hat Luffy with Kid and Law teaming up against that. The new era. You telling me someone from the world government, someone from the Marines, someone from Sword ain't going to pop up in the mix of that? And then you got other pirates. We forget about Rouge. You got him out there. And of course, the one and only Blackbeard. It's still out there. And most likely he's not going to show up himself. He might send somebody in for him to, handle some spy duties, complete some tasks, get a copy of the poneglyph, take advantage of the situation, take advantage of the distractions. You got Blackbeard for that. And of course, you can always, I'm just going to throw this in because he's one of the best characters. Katakuri, it's still a possibility he could swing into the mix, but I doubt it. I doubt it because I think it would be too much. In relation to the world government, we got Orochi. Now I know, Drizzy, we just seen Orochi's head get chopped off. It's been so many chapters. Just accept it. He's dead. I'm telling you, man. Oda, with all those plot lines he had with Orochi, with the scabbards, with Kaido himself, but I guess that lets you know how that was. But it's with Zoro, with Momonosuke, it's so many plot lines with Orochi that I don't think Oda is just gonna take him out like that instantly. Now I could be wrong. Now I could look. I'm not saying it's impossible for me to be wrong, but we just had the guy that was part of the Obi-Wabashu, the samurai, Orochi samurai, sneak off with the long head. I always forget his name. He snuck off somewhere. He could be going to Orochi. And why I say in relation to the world government is because, look, Orochi know he can't do shit with Kaido. He know he can't do nothing with Kaido. He don't have anybody who can do anything with Kaido. So Orochi's like, all right, he think I'm dead. The world government, the Marines, somebody part of Sword, something shows up. CP0. And Orochi strikes a deal, gives information, does something to save it, try to save his own ass and get rid of Kaido, so he think he can take back over the reins. We know that's not going to happen, but that's going to be his goal. Okay? Or at least destroy Wano, because that's what he want to do, burn Wano to the ground. One or the other. The next thing I want to talk about with chapter 1000. Betrayal. We just had the situation. I was a little upset about how it all went down, but it is what it is. Queen throws the antidote of his plague to Appu. Appu takes off. Do we believe that Appu is that loyal that he's gonna like fend off the Straw Hats and Samurai and hold off for an hour just for Queen ass? Do we believe that? Because I'm believing we already had X Drake with the betrayal. I think Hawkins is going to eventually betray. I think Appu will eventually betray the Beast Pirates. He ain't trying to get chased around, not by no Zoro. He don't want that work. He don't want that work. I'm telling you, he don't want that work. He's going to betray him, man. And that's going to help sway things. What I think is happening, look, I think all the members of the worst generation is going to be against, at least all the ones that's there, is going to be going against Kaido. Like, I don't think Hawkins is going to stay on the Beast Pirate side. I don't believe it. We already seen X Drake fade out. Next is Appu. That's what I believe. Now, we are at my last prediction. This is not the last prediction. This is my last couple of predictions, but it's all in the same box, the same category. Death. It's time. It's time, y'all. The Red Scabbards has been fighting a Yonko. And they was doing well at first. I already said they wasn't doing no real damage. We already know Kaido's going to come back up. And I predict that the Scabbards will have another go to make it seem like the momentum is swinging in that way. And then eventually Kaido will smash them. But I also said there should be, at the very least, out this battle, 3 Scabbards that dies. And I just think that what makes the most sense. Now, whatever circumstances happen, happens. But realistically, I think that makes sense, right? I think we're getting 1 Scabbard. I'm going to say 1 Scabbard ends up dying. Either during, in chapter 1000, or a little bit after. It's before the fight is over with the Scabbards and Kaido. I think we should be nearing a death for one of the Scabbards. Now, who would that Scabbard be? Who would that Scabbard be? I really don't know. Who I don't think it will be? I don't think it will be Kinemon. I don't think it will be Denjiro. I don't think it will be Ashura. But I think it could be, because I think it's more of a possibility that one of the scabbards that didn't go to the future, that didn't do the time skip thingy, dies than one of the ones that do. And the reason I say that is because it's kind of a thing like, oh, I lived for 20 years, my task is done, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of that thing, you know what I mean? I think Ashura is a big one, but I don't think so, because he is one of the stronger members, and I still do think he got more people to fight. So I'm looking at somebody lesser, Kawamatsu, Raizo, you know, those ones, the weaker ones, who ain't gonna be in the mix of no major fights. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Now, I could be wrong, because, you know, look, oh, there's still a possibility that Yasuge comes back. There's still a possibility that Pedro comes back. We already seen Pound, so I'm not going to go too crazy on the death thing. I just think that we're nearing a time where it wouldn't be a bad spot to place of death. Because I do think multiple people should die in this arc. It's a war with 2 Yonko. Am I wrong for thinking that? That multiple people should die as a war amongst pirates against 2 Yonko. I know I'm not wrong for thinking that. That's all I'm saying. Now, the next death, because we're talking tomorrow. And when I say tomorrow, I'm talking about what Hawkins said about, what was it, 1% that they survive until tomorrow. We don't know exactly who Hawkins was talking about. He just said a certain someone. X-Drake said he feels sorry for that. A lot of people said it could be X-Drake. I don't think he's talking about Luffy, because I keep saying this, and I'm pretty sure it's true. Luffy already had got a prediction alongside Zoro, I believe, and it wasn't 1%. So no, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's someone else. It's either X-Drake, Law, you know, the people who got the death flags up. Marco, I don't think he was talking about Marco, because I don't even think he was aware that Marco was there. So why would he even be doing that with Marco? You know what I mean? So it's still more death, but I think one of those deaths will come later. Maybe X-Drake dies sooner than later, but as far as like a Law or Marco, that's going to be towards the end of the arc. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that. Let me know what you think of the video. Like the video if you like the video. Dislike the video if you dislike the video. Subscribe if you want to see more bangers. And I'm out this bitch. Peace.